Sit that right there, don't go nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, little baby gon' shake that, little baby gon' shake that, little baby gon' shake that. Said yeah, I like that, bring that right here. Said sit that right there, don't go nowhere. Said yeah, I like that, bring that right here. Said sit that right there, don't go nowhere.
What up, YouTube? We back with another reaction video, reacting to the family, the Atlanta attorney's double life from courtroom to cell block. What she do? You do?
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Like one time.
Alright. Come here, baby. Cut the car off for me. Alright. So, you know you got a warrant, right?
No, sir.
Alright, you got a warrant out of the city of Atlanta. Okay? For aggravated assault. So, I got to put you in a car. I'm gonna detain you, okay? Detain means just only holding you until time being, okay? You ain't in custody yet, alright? Until they confirm the warrant, alright? Step out of the car.
Underway trying to find the suspect wanted in the killing of 7-year-old Kennedy Maxi last week near Phipps Plaza. Arrest warrants have been issued for this man, 24-year-old Daquan Reed, a Virginia native. He was also connected to another mall shooting last year.
Developing story. Two defendants charged in the Young Slime Life RICO case will remain behind bars after a judge decided that they are flight risk.
Oh, God.
As an ANC recidivist, Mr. Mender, you would have to get the maximum amount on for that charge, and the court gives you, which if it was to be the maximum, you have to spend every day door to door, which means you have to spend every day in custody.
You get no good time.
Or time served.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
But anything else would be a full sentence door to door.
So his max is 50 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's it?
I paid for my own names. So then, in response to that, after this argument, and again, what the defendant is saying, I guess in an argument over his fraud money, bro, you talking crazy. I will shoot the shit out of you and go to jail, bitch. Fuck you.
Family, this the second lawyer that's representing the defendant in the YSL case that's been arrested since the trial has started. The first lawyer was a man just months ago who was arrested for bringing unlabeled pills to the courtroom.
Details on the attorney who was arrested this morning on his way to represent one of the defendants in the YSL RICO trial. And tonight we spoke with a law partner of Anastasios Menendez, who says that his colleague was detained just before he entered the courtroom. Along with the disruption of court proceedings and obstruction, Menendez is also charged with possessing drugs that were not in their original container. Now, an earlier charge of simple battery on a law enforcement officer has been dismissed. Attorney Ben Tevis says that's what happened to his colleague is an illegal arrest.
This court case
I think
go
mistakes
crazy.
were made on the part of the sheriff's office. Cooler heads should have prevailed and said, well, what is this? Let's look into it. Do you have prescriptions for these? Let's talk about it, or maybe get a higher up or a judge or somebody involved. Instead, they arrested him, hauled him away, brought all these other charges, and we don't even know what it is they're claiming that he possessed.
And within the last few hours, Tevis tells 11 Alive that Menendez has been released from the Fulton County Jail.
Now, this next lawyer was arrested within the last 24 hours, and I can't say based on her background that she is a good lawyer to obtain. Now, she just had a baby, which made her client in the YSL case be pushed back, but now she have another issue that has nothing to do with YSL. It involved her contacting another man, a part of another gang case in Atlanta that involved a 7-year-old getting shot, which we'll later talk about and go into details. But the fact of the matter is she wasn't even the attorney for the person she gave that information to, which led to her getting arrested. So before we go over this one, remember, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Nicole Fegan, who represents Aquarius Mender in the YSL RICO trial, was charged with criminal street gang activity to commit the offense of tampering with evidence. According to Atlanta Police Department, Fegan was brought to the attention of investigators during the investigation of a deadly double shooting at William Street and Baker Street on September 27, 2022.
I thought it was about to be a shooting. Okay. Anytime I see a nigga with a bag,
Now that was the surveillance footage of the double shooting, which we'll later discuss that she gave information in. Going on 2 years ago, she made headlines for representing a man who was accused of taking the life of a 7-year-old. On August 18th, 2022, Kennedy Maxi, just 7 years old, had went holiday shopping with her mom and her aunt, until suddenly her car was struck by a stray bullet after a man who went by Daquan Reed was accused of firing a deadly shot. Investigators say his lawyer, Fegan, contacted one of the people involved and told him about an active warrant for his arrest.
Underway trying to find the suspect wanted in the killing of 7-year-old Kennedy Maxi last week near Phipps Plaza. Arrest warrants have been issued for this man, 24-year-old Daquan Reed, a Virginia native. He was also connected to another mall shooting last year. 11 Alive's Hope Ford walks us through Reed's criminal history and his connection to Atlanta.
This is not the first time that this young man has been detained in our area.
Daquan Reed is the main suspect in the murder of Kennedy Maxi, a child shot in the back of the head while in her aunt's car driving past a mall.
There were approximately three shots fired, but only one of those shots struck Kennedy's vehicle.
You leave home to go to the mall, and you find yourself at a hospital at Christmas.
Reed, once convicted of forgery, was also arrested in connection to another mall shooting in 2019. Reed was charged as an accessory to a shooting that injured 2 people in Virginia. Reed was later arrested for that shooting in Atlanta by U.S. Marshals.
He's not a stranger to law enforcement.
According to Virginia court records, Reed was also previously arrested for assault and battery, a strangulation charge, and other misdemeanors. Police say they're working to find out what his connection to Atlanta is and where he is now.
And we'll continue to work diligently to bring him back into the city of Atlanta to serve out his justice.
Mayor Bottoms promising to make sure the police department has what they need to make the arrest.
I do know that if there are resources that they don't have, we'll move mountains to make sure they have what they need.
Now remember this surveillance footage, family? In this parking lot, Fegan had told a man to dispose his phone before police arrested him for this shooting. And the man she told was Keontae Davis, whose body cam footage was later released.
Double one, checking on you on Marietta Boulevard.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Officer Lane, City of Atlanta Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because right there at the light at Piedmont and Peachtree, is stop means stop. That means all wheels got to stop. You didn't stop. You just kept rolling on through. I made the right turn.
I was on the phone running my mouth.
All right. So you got a driving license?
No, sir.
I'm just get your first and last name.
Keontae William Davis.
You got a picture of it?
I'm going through my phone looking for it. I live right there. I was coming from my mama's house. Something happened over there. Here you go. I was on the phone running my mouth. I'm sorry.
Zoom into the picture so I can see the numbers.
Yes, sir.
Got to zoom.
05.
I'm good.
70949. I just left from the gas station right there. I was on the airport running my mouth.
All right.
I live right there at the site.
All right.
Okay. Like for you, 3141. See Mike one time.
All right. So maybe cut the car off for me. All right. So you know you got a warrant, right?
No, sir.
All right. You got a warrant out of the city of Atlanta, okay, for aggravated assault. So I got to put you in a car. I'm gonna detain you, okay? Detain means just only holding you until time being, okay? You ain't in custody yet, all right? Until they confirm the warrant, all right? Step out of the car.
President 1201 and 1207. My phone.
Put the phone on the seat.
1201. You can disregard.
You go by any other names? You didn't know you had a warrant out?
1207 copy. An honorable alarm at 600 Peachtree Battle Avenue.
Yes, sir. You got any weapons or anything on you?
600 Peachtree Battle Avenue. Never come up.
Now that shooting he was involved in was a gang shooting. 2 people were shot. 1 man lost his life. And that shooting months later was retaliation from Reed gang, who was also representation by Fegan, which led to that 7-year-old girl getting shot. and losing her life.
Relieving, comforting, or assisting another after knowing that such person had committed and completed a felony. So the defendant entered a guilty plea, was found guilty of as charged in this case. This certified copy of the same, moved to admit that into evidence.
Any objection, Ms. Fegan?
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted for the purpose of the sentencing hearing.
And what this is, Your Honor, is that the defendant was involved in another mall shooting in Norfolk, Virginia, in a mall. He wasn't alleged to have been the shooter there, but in that case, an innocent bystander was also struck. So certainly, the defendant has knowledge that a shooting like that in a populated area could result in an innocent person being struck. And that certainly didn't deter his conduct when he came down here to Atlanta and went into the mall with all his fraud money and wantonly and with implied malice fired a bullet into traffic, killing a 7-year-old girl. There was a robbery that night, but the only real robbery was the robbery of Kennedy Maxi from her family. So I'd ask the court to impose the maximum sentence allowed by law.
Now this was Reed response before he was sentenced to life plus 10 years.
Mr. Reed, hold on. I just need you to speak a little bit slower and a little bit louder, okay? Sorry, the court order can't take it down. Yeah, you can start over.
Okay. I would like to tell you about what I have been doing while I've been incarcerated. I volunteered to go to the New Beginnings program to get my GED, which I will be taking my test on September 21st to help change my life. I've been a lot of people that in this program so I can be a better person. The things I've learned are the 12 steps to your addiction. And if your addiction is not to drugs, it can be your lifestyle as well, and how to overcome your addiction. And adapting to change the way it matters. And understanding self-destructive behavior. These things are very important on how to overcome the things that just lead people. And I'm using things that life to determine who I will be in life. I know I have been convicted of very serious charges. I'm not asking for a stop on the list. I'm asking you to consider giving me a possibility of parole on my sentence. I have planned goals and programs to help me while I am incarcerated, which is finishing my GED, getting anger management, and rehabilitation programs along with in the integrity of motivational programs. I'm a better person. I will do whatever I have to do to strive to be successful while I'm incarcerated. This situation is very devastating and hurtful, and I have a heart. I was a victim of crime in my situation as well. I want to apologize for what my grandmother said over the phone. She was very upset and said things that were wrong. She even told me to kill myself. I also plan on taking trade so I can have access to a good job. And last but not least, to the Maxi family, I know you may hate me and may not care what I have to say. I want to tell you I'm truly sorry for your loss. I don't know how to tell you things will be okay because that wouldn't be true. I want to tell you that you had a very beautiful daughter with a man's crime. It was innocent, and I ask that you remain strong through the stress. And I hope through faith and God and trying to forgive us. My heart hurts for the Maxi family, for my family, and especially my son and daughter. This entire situation is so lost. Losing my father at the age of 11 has prevented me from the ability to cope with my emotions. That's one thing I've been working on and will continue to work on. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share.
So, Fegan got a man life plus 10 with no eligibility of parole, was involved in giving another man information that he had a warrant who she didn't represent, gets pregnant, have a baby during the YSL trial for her new client. I don't know how he feeling right now, who go by the name Tinquarius Mender, aka YSL Nard, who went viral just months ago for declining a plea that could have possibly sent him home that day, but instead taking it to trial. And if he gets found guilty on even one of his 4 counts, have to serve the max, which is 50 years.
Mr. Mender is charged with count 1 of the indictment, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. He's also charged with count 44 of the indictment, which is possession of a weapon by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. Count 45, possession of a telecommunication device by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. And last, count 46, which is participation in criminal street gang activity, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. Mr. Mender is an ANC recidivist. The state did file a recidivist notice on December 9th of this year. If Mr. Mender was found guilty of all the counts in the indictment, he'd be looking at a maximum exposure of 50 years to serve in prison.
And now, could you explain the difference, I think, for Ms. I'm sure that Ms. Fegan has probably explained that to her client, but can you tell for the benefit of the record and for Mr. Mender's benefit, what potentially may happen if he were to be convicted of any of these particular counts? Like what would, under A or C?
Yes, if he's convicted of any of the counts, as an ANC recidivist, Mr. Mender, you would have to get the maximum amount on for that charge, and then whatever time the court gives you, which if it was to be the maximum, you have to spend every day door to door, which means you have to spend every day in custody.
He get no good time.
No.
It's a to-the-door sentence.
Yes, he would get any credit for a time served.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
But anything else would be a full sentence door to door.
So his max is 50 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer for Mr. Mender as to count 1 is 16 years to serve 1 year, committed to time served, with a balance of 15 years on probation. The state would offer that his probation could be terminated upon successful completion of the first 10 years of this sentence, provided that he violated no provisions of the agreement or no special conditions of the agreement, and that he violates no law of the state of Georgia. As to count 44, the state's recommendation is 5 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, with a balance to be served on probation, concurrent with count 1. As to count 45, it would be 5 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served in confinement. Commuted to time served, followed by 4 years on probation, concurrent with counts 1 and 44. And count 46 would be 16 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, followed by 15 years on probation, concurrent with count 1, 44, and 45.
It's a lot of
Would
probation.
be the offer. Mr. Mender also is currently on another indictment, 21 SC 178250. In this case, as a part of the agreement, would run concurrent with that case whenever he resolved that other case, Your Honor.
Is that before me or before another division?
It is in this division currently, Your Honor, and that's being handled by ADA Lauren Jansen with the state.
How's she looking at him, bro?
Does he have bond on that case ending in 250?
I don't believe he has a bond on that case. No, he has a no bond status.
But on this case, potentially he could go home today.
Correct. If he was given a bond, he would. This case, he would not have served any jail time on this case.
Fam, I don't know if she pro bono or if she a paid attorney, but if I'm him, I'm nervous. In 14 months, she exposed 3 cases and got negative results for all 3.
Attorney representing a defendant charged in the Young Slime Life RICO indictment is behind bars tonight. She's facing gang charges. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live outside the Fulton County Jail. So, Michael, you just learned that this lawyer's gonna receive bond.
George, in the last 15 minutes, I got a chance to speak with defense attorney Renee Rockwell. She told me that she was working with the DA's office to secure a bond for Nicole Fegan. She's confirmed that she now has a $40,000 bond, and she could be actually released from the Fulton County Jail here on Rice Street in the next couple of hours. Now, let's talk about these gang charges that Nicole is facing. This is all stemming from a murder investigation in 2022. As we show you some of this 2019 video of Nicole Fegan, who, as you remember, she was originally involved in the ongoing YSL case against rapper Young Thug and his alleged defendants, but her client's case was severed after she became pregnant, and he's now expected to stand trial at a later date. Now, a spokesperson for Atlanta police told us that investigators were looking into a deadly shooting in 2022 when they learned that Fegan reached out to one of the suspects and warned him that there were warrants for his arrest and he should get rid of his phone The problem, police say, she wasn't representing that suspect. Now, because of the hack, we have been unable to get a copy of her mugshot, but I do know that she has been booked in here to the Rice Street Jail. I'm also told, again, that she's got a $40,000 bond. They are hopeful that she'll be out tonight, but if she were to spend the night here, they have bond court. Her first appearance would be at 11:30 tomorrow morning. We will keep you posted.
Fam, something telling me it's a deeper connection. How is she involved in all this? And in our eyes, she's getting nothing. As more developed, you know I'm going to keep you guys updated. But that was the story of the YSL defendant whose attorney was arrested on gang charges. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
Yeah, I think she is having relations with him. Like, how she's doing this for free? She went on leave because that's his baby. Anyway, this is a wild situation. I don't see how the attorney get caught up in gang charges. Like, shouldn't you know what not to do as an attorney? Are you slow? That also means that bro's probably cooked too, because his attorney is not smart. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, y'all.
I'm a cowboy, can't stop me, ain't till it's to come. All this pain got me feeling the compass. See these games turn me into a monster. Hey, I'm a cowboy, can't stop me, till it's to come. All this pain got me feeling the compass. See these games turn me into a monster. I'm a cowboy, can't stop it, can't stop it. Hey, all that pain got me feeling jaded. Many with to roll when to make it. Still plugged into the mix, but lagging out before the update. Drop back in, different town, same location.